All right, y'all. So I just recently started thinking to myself, as I'm working on getting contracting officers on the platform right now, what can I do to get a contracting officer on the page right here, right now? So in my mind frame, I started thinking about ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is probably the best contracting officer I can introduce on the page right now. So while we wait for real contractors to come on, we're going to talk to Chat and ask it 5 strategic questions, okay, right off of my cell phone that will help you in your contracting experience. All right, now I just thought about this. I said, we're kind of playing a weight game here. So let's get someone on with 60 plus years experience who has an artificial mind frame but can still pinpoint what we're going through. And excuse me if it's a little loud where I am, but I had to do this right now because I know how important it is and how good this live is about to be. So if you're new here, like, subscribe, share the live with someone on government contracting who is currently struggling in the industry. All right. So we're just going to jump right into it. I'm going to use it right off of my cell phone. All right. I'm gonna use it right off my cell phone. That's what I'm gonna do, and then we're gonna go from there. Okay. But I got some questions prepped out, and we're gonna get some real answers today. Okay. So let's start here. My original thought was to post a live contract into ChatGPT. Then I said, no, we're just gonna ask it some basic questions. So, all right. So let's start here. Right. I got chat right here. Let's do this. We're going to actually talk to it. So I got my microphone and I'm going to have it respond. All right. So I'm having a conversation with a contracting officer who has 60 plus years experience. The only reason chat knows that is because how I'm going to prompt it. All right. So here we go. Think, think as a government contracting officer with 60 plus years experience. Now, let me ask you this question. So, you've seen 60 years of government contracts. What's the number one mistake that kills small businesses trying to break into federal contracting?
Oh, absolutely. With that kind of experience, I'd say the top mistake is usually not thoroughly understanding the requirements and compliance details. A lot of small businesses jump in without fully grasping the nuances of the solicitation process, the regulations, and the documentation needed. That can lead to costly mistakes and missed opportunities.
I knew this was going to be good. I knew it. So, let me ask you another question. Everyone talks about SAM.gov registrations and NAICS codes, but what do beginners not understand about these that cost them opportunities?
Oh, definitely. One big misunderstanding is that beginners often think that just having the right NAICS codes and being registered on SAM.gov is enough. In reality, it's crucial to ensure that those NAICS codes accurately reflect your capabilities and the service. Plus, it's
Go
to
ahead.
keep your register up to date and accurate and to really understand how the government evaluates those codes in relation to the contracts. Sometimes beginners also miss out on the importance of having a strong capability statement and clear past performance, which can make or break those opportunities.
In 2025, how has AI and automation changed the government contracting game? Are traditional contractors getting left behind?
Oh, absolutely. AI and automation have really transformed the landscape. Nowadays, a lot of contracting officers and agencies use AI to streamline the procurement process, analyze data, and even predict trends. Traditional contractors who aren't embracing these technologies might find themselves a bit behind the curve. It definitely gives more competitive advantages to those who leverage AI for efficiency and smarter decision making.
Right now,
Abs-
with what's going on in the government shutdown, which do you think is the better option to be bidding on government contracts federally or from a local and state standpoint? What's your advice?
Given the current federal government shutdown, focusing on state and local contracts is likely more beneficial. Federal operations are often delayed, affecting contract awards and payments, whereas state and local governments tend to keep things running smoothly. So that stability can give you more reliable opportunities right now.
And what's the real difference between working with DoD contracts versus civilian agencies? Where should someone start if they are a beginner in government contracting?
Great question. So, DoD contracts tend to have more stringent security requirements, complex compliance standards, and often longer procurement cycles. Civilian agencies, on the other hand, usually have a bit more straightforward processes and less rigid security requirements. For beginners, it's often easier to start with civilian agencies or local and state contracts to build experience and credibility. Then, once you're comfortable, you can expand into DoD contracts.
Okay. What kind of mistakes do you see beginner government contractors make that pushes their proposal to the bottom of the pile?
Oh, definitely. Some common mistakes include things like not following the RFP instructions carefully, missing deadlines, or failing to address all the evaluation criteria. Another big one is not providing clear, concise, and compelling past performance examples that match the contract needs. Also, sometimes contractors overlook the importance of building relationships with agency personnel, which can really make a difference in getting your proposal noticed.
How important is it to have past performance on a contract as a beginner?
It's definitely important, though it can be a bit of a catch 22 for beginners. Having relevant past performance can really boost your credibility and show that you have the capability to deliver. That said, beginners can still find opportunities through set asides, like those for small businesses or first time contractors. Over time, you can build up that past performance and gradually become really competitive.
Okay, when's the best time to use your capability statement in government contracting?
A capability statement is super handy at several key moments. It's great to use it when you're introducing yourself to a new agency, at networking events or industry days, and definitely when you're submitting a proposal or responding to a solicitation. It's also useful when you're following up after meetings or making connections because it gives a clear, concise snapshot of what you offer.
Okay. How important is it to follow the instructions that the RFP gives?
Oh, it's absolutely crucial. Following the RFP instructions to the letter is one of the biggest factors that can make or break your proposal. If you miss details like formatting, page limits, or specific documentation, it can lead to your proposal being disqualified or pushed aside. It really shows attention to detail and respect for the process, which can definitely give you an edge.
If I wanted to work with a local state or local agency, how would I go about reaching out to a contracting officer that I potentially want to help with a upcoming RFP that they are currently working on? More like solicitate my services via company.
That's a great approach. One of the best ways is to start by attending local procurement events like industry days, networking sessions, or workshops that the agency hosts. You can also reach out directly via email, making sure your introduction is concise and highlights your capabilities and relevant experience. Another good strategy is to connect on professional platforms like LinkedIn and even consider setting up a meeting to discuss how you can support their needs. Just make sure to be professional, respectful, and solution oriented.
If I was a new government contracting bidder who wanted to go from zero to $1 million, what's the plan I should put in place to make that happen in the next 90 days?
That's an exciting goal. A solid 90-day plan would definitely start with some foundational steps. First, you'd want to identify and research high potential contracts that match your capabilities and your niche. Then focus on building relationships with contracting officers and agency personnel. You'll also want to create a compelling capability statement and ensure that your SAM.gov registration and NAICS codes are all set. Next, you'd want to submit a few well-crafted proposals and keep refining them based on feedback. It's also helpful to leverage any of your small business set-asides and programs like 8A or HubZone if applicable. And of course, consistently track your progress, learn from each attempt, and keep iterating. With dedication, you can definitely. Absolutely. It's all about taking those strategic steps, staying consistent, and continuously building those relationships. And of course, I'll be here to help you along the way. Whatever you're thinking, think bigger.
Can you please tell me what the best strategy is for someone? I had a thought, I lost it.
No worries at all.
Can you teach me what the middleman strategy is when it comes to government contracting, and as well as my audience?
Absolutely. The middleman strategy in government contracting is all about acting as a liaison between the government agency and the actual service providers or subcontractors. Essentially, you secure a government contract and then partner with other businesses, often small or specialized firms, to fulfill the contract requirements. The key benefits are that you can leverage the expertise and capabilities of these subcontractors while minimizing your own overhead and risk. It also allows you to tap into contracts that might be too large or complex for a single company to handle alone. For your audience, it's a fantastic way to enter the government contracting space without having to do everything yourself. And it's a great way to build relationships and grow your business over time.
How effective is the middleman strategy? Is it something that you would recommend with 60 years experience in government contracting?
Absolutely, it can be very effective. With decades of experience, the middleman strategy allows you to leverage existing relationships, industry knowledge, and a broad network of subcontractors. It lets you tap into larger contracts that might otherwise be out of reach and still deliver quality results by partnering with specialized firms. Plus, it can be a great way to manage risk and increase profitability, especially if you have the expertise to navigate complex contracts. So, absolutely, it's a strategy I'd recommend and one that can be quite successful.
Are there any final thoughts that you have that are positive and inspirational for someone stepping into government contracting who feels like they will struggle to make it based off of all the technical data, all of the RFPs and RFQs that are out there in all the platforms?
Absolutely. Just remember that every expert started as a beginner and the learning curve is totally normal. The key is persistent, staying curious, and focusing on building relationships. Every challenge is just an opportunity to learn and grow. Keep your mindset positive, celebrate small wins, and never hesitate to reach out for support or guidance. With dedication and the right strategy, you absolutely can succeed and thrive in government contracting. Whatever you're thinking.
I want to say thank you for your help today and your outlook. Give us one bonus that I didn't mention that you think would be helpful for someone who is looking to thrive in government contracting in the next 90 days.
Of course, one great bonus tip is to really focus on building a strong network and community, both online and offline. Joining industry associations, attending local events, and participating in webinars can give you invaluable insights, connections, and even potential partnerships. Plus, having a supportive network can help you navigate challenges more easily and keep you motivated. So, definitely invest in building those meaningful connections.
Alrighty, thank you. So that was deep, right? I just had that thought real quick. I'm like, I have to hop on and we have to have this conversation. So that was me interviewing a 60-year vet, could have been a 100-year vet. But yes, it was AI, it was artificial. But the way we're prompting Chat GPT should be much stronger. The conversation was just as if I was to interview a contracting officer without them physically being here. The channel, we're currently working on a way to get more government contracting officers on the channel. So that's something that's currently in play. And we have a special guest that's coming on next week from samsearch.com, a tool that is utilized for government contracting. His name is Hammam, and he is an amazing software engineer. So he's going to come on sometime this weekend and do a live interview. His platform is absolutely amazing, helps you kind of maneuver through all of the mess of portals and trying to find a contract and things of that nature. So I just wanted to hop on because when you have a thought, right, and you're a business owner, you should act on it quickly. And that was my first thought. Like, okay, I have to act on this right away so I can get this out. But interview with AI. All right, you seen it here first. I thought that was super cool, right? And you should be utilizing ChatGPT a lot more than you think. That was actually on the free version. So we got a lot of information for using the free version. But if it would have been the $20 version, I mean, we could have just kept going and going and going. So make sure you're utilizing Chat and Claude and all of these AI tools to really help you put proposals together because the conversation could have went a lot different. I could have uploaded a contract. Once I uploaded the contract, I could have had it help me write the proposal. But I was more focused on what people are currently struggling with because that's what's really important to me. So I love you all. Whatever you're thinking that is good, think bigger. And my verse, I'm not sure. I know one of you will tell me in the comments who what the chapter and the verse is, but it says, "Be still and know that I am God." Whatever you are thinking that is good, think bigger, and I will see you soon.